in brightest day, in blackest night. It is an honor and delight to be joined by the stars of DC's next big HBO series, Lanterns. Kyle Chandler, Aaron Pierre, Garret Dillahunt, Poorna Jagannathan, as well as co-creator, showrunner, and EP, Chris Mundy.
Yeah. Well done on the name.
Thank you all so much for being here. We are psyched for Lanterns. It is taking a ground-up approach to establishing the Green Lantern Corps in the DCU after getting a taste of what they represent through Guy Gardner in Superman. What was appealing about using something as grounded as a murder investigation to introduce audiences to the wider presence of the Green Lantern Corps? That can be for anyone, but maybe you.
Chris.
We wanted to ground the show in the relationship of Hal and John, Kyle and Aaron's characters, and so it was a form. It's like a well-known form. It's like two cops on a case. They're space cops. This one happens to be Earth's part of space. And it was a way just to put them on the ground and create a show based on their relationship, and from there it could keep growing and growing and growing, like, you know, from Earth and beyond, but also just emotionally. That was as simple as that, and then we went from there.
I mean, the storytelling looks very interesting. Can you talk more about jumping back and forth during places in time? Why was it important for the storytelling? Again,
because it's sort of about the relationship. There's a mystery involved that involves everybody in this little circle. But there was also a mystery about what went down between these two guys. And so when you see it in different time periods, or you have an idea of different time periods, you start to try to fill in blanks on the other side. So for us, it was, again, it just was based on the characters. And from there, you know, there's a whole canon of Green Lantern to draw from in the best ways. So it was like, you know, we get all that rich stuff, and we like root it in these guys. So.
Well, I mean, speaking of Aaron and Kyle, Hal and John are partners. There's almost an element of maybe Training Day or True Detective I'm getting vibes of, as the veteran shows the rookie how things are really done. Were there any other character relationships in pop culture that you felt were useful touchstones in developing Hal and John's chemistry?
Thelma and Louise and stuff.
Yeah?
What's that?
Thelma and Louise, she says.
I don't even know what I'm going to say to that one. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. The ones that you mentioned, and not just drama, but also comedy and what have you. And it just so happened that our relationship, I mean, we kind of like each other, you know, we got to know each other on the set, and because it is ground-based, like Chris was saying, and it's two real people, and we sort of found that real quick within this world. I mean, it's a great place to have that grounded ability to find each other's personalities and be with each other and play with each other on the stage and do all these things within this extra, you know, incredible world. It was a really, really nice time to find those things.
Yeah, I think, as you mentioned, there are a lot of touchstones in film history, but I think what was really special about our experience is we really doubled down on establishing our own unique, original, and organic connection, and a lot of that was birthed from just Kyle and I's dynamic as people outside of the context of the characters, and then we sort of married the two. I would say our dynamic was the catalyst for a lot of our explorations and discoveries as the characters.
What is that?
And I would like to say that's exactly what I wanted to say.
Yes.
I didn't.
I like to give him a shot first.
Well, I was about to say, what is that dynamic that I think I see here?
Yeah.
You mentioned comedy a little bit, Kyle. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I think there's a sense of playfulness between the two characters, and it adds to the tone of the show, and it was a wonderful place to work. It was a wonderful place to spend 6 months
100%.
Working on something, and not just with him. I mean, yeah, but the whole crew, everything was just it was a great group of people,
Yeah.
and it shows in the performances as well. I think.
We're like a traveling company. You know, I mean, Chris will correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say maybe 20% or less of it was at WB on the lot, and the rest was on location. So we were like a traveling company, you know, back when you would do a play and you would take it across the state or whatever it might be. So everybody from, you know, transpo to the actors to crafty, catering, producers, studio, hair and makeup, everybody was so close, you know. We're spending 12 to 14 hours each day together, all over the state, and we got really close. And like Kyle said, really beautifully, it really shows in the performances, not only from us, but also the performances of everybody who contributes to what happens on screen. Everybody was having a blast. Everyone else was having a great time. Yeah, we're like a family. Yeah.
And all the people and all the equipment, it was really interesting because we'd gather up at the studio to head out, and everything was either oxen or horse pulled.
What?
And I think this shoot was fairly soon after the strikes ended, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was this real joy. There's so many people. First of all, to be on set again with so many people in a big
100%.
production, and then to be led by, you know,
These two.
stuff sort of trickles down from the top, you know, and it's a really wonderful place to spend your time.
Well, Garret and Poorna, I'm also curious, how do your characters deal with these lanterns?
Go ahead.
Well, I don't know what to say without giving too much away, but I mean, I'm not the warmest to them, you know. I'm suspicious of them, and I think I'm confident in my own abilities to protect my turf, but we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
I don't know that it'll play out well for William Macon.
Yeah, same. What I love about
Just
each.
a little less adversarial.
I know. What I love about each character on here, you know, I perceive the genre of superheroes to be pretty dichotomous. There's good and there's evil, right? And we know which is which. And every character here embodies both a lot of times at the same time. And so, and even with the storytelling, it's very fast paced, but there's a texture and a luxuriousness that goes with it. So there's really like opposites operating at the same time, all the time.
I'm gonna work with that, yeah. I know you can't spoil the show.
The writing was excellent.
I'm-
it really was.
Thanks.
We didn't have any problems making it, you know, it was already good. And so we got to play with it, and these guys were great in helping us, and there was a great collaboration also. So it was a really
Yeah,
spectacular.
there was an ownership all the way around. It's like
Yeah, that's
everybody, there wasn't a stage of anyone, actors, writers, crew, post, that didn't elevate it. That's cool. That's always fun.
Well, Aaron, a few times he wouldn't come out of his trailer.
That is
No problems.
just factually incorrect.
He'll deny everything.
But I do think the writing really disrupts the category and pays homage to it at the same time. It really, for me, it's the best writing that I've ever seen coming out of the genre, and it invites people who are not only fans, who are just, you know, like people like me who I'd never really read Green Lanterns growing up. It kind of invites us into the franchise in a really beautiful way.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. It looks like a very unique way to tell this story.
Yeah.
And maybe something I haven't seen as much of before. So I'm really looking
100%,
forward to
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
This is a question for all of you. Do you have a favorite superhero performance of all time?
Superhero performance.
It's Linda Carter for me.
I love that choice.
I mean, I liked Linda Carter too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to break it down, especially sitting next to two superheroes who I think did a really phenomenal job. It's very unusual. You know, it's a tough genre, I think, to make human. You know, but there's been a lot of great things for sure.
And each one kind of builds on the last ones too. It's like some
Yeah.
things are more real, and then people will take it like very hyper real, and then you know what I mean. It's always kind of like waves of it. So that's what's cool. It's like a reaction to.
And I like how DC Universe is a little bit darker, a little bit more human, a little bit.
Is
you
it
know,
grittier?
a little grittier, a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
Solomon
I mean,
Grundy.
it is a little bit different. I was wondering if that was James Gunn's directive to make the storytelling a little bit less what you might expect.
James was really open to us trying to figure out a way to do it. And Damon Lindelof and Tom King, who are not sitting here, but they're like right out there, are, you know, we're obviously the gigantic part of that in telling it, and sort of like we all came from slightly different directions that found a really cool, gritty middle that was a lot of fun. So
It looks great.
It's quite a pedigree, I mean, for the creative team. You know, I mean, you guys are
it was a good group.
Something
It was a
else.
fun place to be.
All right, well, I am looking forward to it. Everyone at home, you can catch Lanterns on HBO and HBO Max when it premieres August 16th. But right now, there's more Comic-Con coming up, so stick around.